The park we're touring today was inspired by a real-life zoo, and every dinosaur represents a modern-day animal. It's one of my favorite parks, and it's thanks to a subscriber who gave me the idea. Stick around to know which zoo I took inspiration from, and which animals the dinosaurs like the Nodosaurus and the Kentrosaurus are supposed to be, to name only two. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe for park building tips, tricks, and inspiration. I upload 2 videos every week. Ring the bell and you won't miss a thing. Today is the release of Planet Zoo beta version, and I figured I'd celebrate by showing off this Jurassic Zoo. We're on the classic Nublar sandbox. Like I said, the design was inspired by a real-life zoo, which was an idea from a subscriber. He actually wanted me to recreate a park, and I tried, but it didn't work with the design constraints of the game, and I just kind of wanted to do my own thing, so I took some creative liberties, but at the end of the video I will share which park I took for inspiration, and you can tell me how badly I failed at that. In any case, I had a lot of fun with building this park, and it was also a lot of fun finding dinosaurs to represent modern day animals. Can you figure out which animal the Kentrosaurus is supposed to be? Leave a comment with the name of the animal and find out later in the video, because we're going to be meeting all of the species, and I'm gonna tell you what I think they are, what they're supposed to be anyway. So yeah, let me know what you think the Kentrosaurus is. Alright, that's enough of that. Stop taking selfies, it's obnoxious. Yeah, just walk away. Did he just have a massive pit stain under his arm? It looked like he was really sweating through that orange shirt over there. Anyway, this is the entry point of our Jurassic Zoo. And we have our first exhibit over here. Some very loud Struthiomimuses. Struthiomimae? Doesn't matter. These Struthiomimus are supposed to be the penguins of this zoo. The game doesn't really have black and white bird-like dinosaurs, so I went with the Savanna Struthiomimus, even though it's more blue than black. It worked. It kind of sounds like a penguin, right? So over here we have 2 paleobotany centers, and those are supposed to be part of our aviary. But the main building that's supposed to be our aviary is this big boy over here. And people come through like so. They don't hop over the gate. That's discouraged. The gate opens for them, lets them in. And here we have bird-like dinosaurs, I suppose. So we have the Proceratosaurus. You know, basically anything that's chirpy and jittery, it qualifies as a bird for me. I'm really, you know, I'm not picky. It's 2019. We can be whatever we want to be, right? Wow, that was a train of thought that I did not mean to chase. Wow. Moving on. So we have Proceratosaurus. Commands aren't working. Why aren't the commands working? Hello? Yep, my keyboard stopped working. Oh, there you go. There you go. We have a signal. We have Gallimimus. Really have no idea what these are supposed to be in terms of birds. And what's in here? Troodon. Because of course. So I do this structure with the monorails quite a lot. What's different this time is it's a very simple shape. Simple? It's a simple shape. But the only difference is, oh wow, look at that jagged edge. That is ugly. Let's not look at it. The difference with this one is that I raised up one end of it with the terrain tool, and it created this interesting slope to the roof. You know, it's a little bit wonky, but it's purposefully wonky. I think it looks pretty nice. So that's the big ass river that serves as a perimeter to our park. I think in the actual zoo that I recreated, it's been a while since I made this, so I'm having trouble remembering. It's been even longer since I've been to that particular zoo. But what I was trying to say is that the zoo in particular had a highway that actually cut the zoo into 2 parts. So I kind of mimicked that with a river. I poorly mimicked that with a river. You'll see later. I'm going to show you the layout of the park that inspired all of this. But I'm gonna save that for later. You know, save the shame and the judgment for later. We're gonna move back over here, say bye to the penguins, and we're gonna cross the bridge. Oh, upskirting a person there. She actually wasn't wearing a skirt. Actually, come to think of it, no one is wearing a skirt. Good idea, probably. So decisions. Which way do we go? Let's go this way. Again, the keyboard stopped working. Technical difficulties. Houston, we have a problem. There we go. I'm so broke. I cannot afford batteries. I really think that might be the problem. Please don't make me record this again. Oh no. Alright. Hold on a second. I'm gonna try to find some batteries. Hold on, people. Alright, here we are again. Good thing this keyboard takes AAA batteries, because those are the only ones I had. Yeah, moving on. That's not important. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move right by the river. We're not going to look into the exhibit to the right because we can't. There's concrete there. This zoo has very few viewing attractions. So what I did is most of the exhibits have a lot of concrete, and then they have open areas with steel fencing, and that's where people are supposed to look in, admire the animals, because that's how zoos work. You know, most exhibits aren't viewable through attractions, but just through, you know, the fencing. But the first exhibit that we're going to visit is the Savanna. There you go. I'm gonna park my ass over here. So this is the biggest exhibit in the park. It's also the most crowded exhibit with the most types of species. I think that's pretty representative for what savanna exhibits are like in most zoos. They tend to make a nice combination, make it feel natural, give them a ton of space as well. So we have Mamenchisaurus, which are the giraffes. We have Ouranosaurs, which are supposed to be camels. Actually, what's the camel called with only one hump? I know what it's called in Dutch. I don't know what it's called in English. Please let me know in the comments. Save me from my ignorance. I'm not pretending to be particularly knowledgeable about animals. I used to be, but like all things, I just let it go with age. It happens. Moving on. We also have right over there, ooh, Sinoceratops, and they are the rhinoceros of the savannah. I was initially going to use the Sinoceratops as hippos, but as soon as the first one came out of the hatchery, I was like, okay, with a horn like that, obviously you're a rhino. And then I declared him to be a rhino. That's basically how this park worked. I declare something to be something, and history was made. What we also have in this exhibit are Stygimoloch, which are, I don't know, some kind of gazelle. Let's go with Springbok. And we have Dracorex, which are Thompson gazelles. Oh, and walking into frame is a Myosora. And these guys are the zebras of our savanna plains. And I think that's, let's zoom out. I think that's everyone in here. Gonna give you a bit of a bird's eye view. Because you know I'm a person that can take flight whenever I want to. I am the Lord. Oh, we're not gonna look over there. Well, we might as well. So what we did here, what I did, what me and my other multiple personalities did, is enclose this little circular exhibit in here, sandwiched between our savannah, and back there is our elephant exhibit. Gonna go there later. But yeah. Oh wow, they are loud. In this round exhibit, looking all muddy and dirty, or, you know, as dirty as we can get with the tarantulas, are two Euoplocephalus, and they are these stand-in hippos. Because, you know, I had to change my plan when the Sinoceratops first walked out, and I realized, well, now I need a hippo. And the only reasoning behind making the Euoplocephalus a hippo is, you know, it's thick. It has a wide mouth. That's about as much thought process that went into that. So those are the hippos. And over here we have our elephant exhibit with the Apatosaurus standing in. I think we have different skins. I'm pretty sure we have basic, and the one back there is Savanna, which is my favorite skin for the Apato. So let's move on. You know, we're just casually hovering above the path. Over here we have our reptilian house. Let's go in there next. I'm not gonna go over the grass, you know, I'm a polite person. I don't trample the grass, I walk along the path, you know, or I float over the path. Now we're gonna go into the reptilian house. Something made a sound, probably my phone. So we have another building over here. God bless you. What's making noise? Stop it. Oh, it's Siri. Siri, I don't need you right now. Leave. Leave me alone, woman. So yeah, our reptilian house, obviously, I had to build a house for it, so that's what we have here. And we have Herrerasaurus and Dilophosaurus in front. The Herrerasaurus is an idea that I actually did steal from Best in Slot, because as soon as he mentioned that the Herrerasaurus kind of looks like, what's the word, Komodo dragons, I was like, oh my god, yes it does. Not in the skins, obviously, but with the face, right? It looks like a Komodo dragon, it definitely does. And the Dilophosaurus are the reptiles that also have those frills that they can fan out. Don't quiz me on what they are called, I don't know. And over here, the third species and final species in the reptilian house are the velociraptors. Don't know what they're supposed to be, but here they are. Really, who knows what they're supposed to be, right? We're all just searching for meaning and purpose in our lives. Let's go here. Walking along, walking by our guest amenities. We have a nice bit of wasteful space over here, because, you know, that's actually something zoos do quite a bit. It's just waste space on looking good for the people with the monies. So that's what I did. And we're gonna take flight again and look at our Nasutoceratops, which are stand-ins for American bison. I really wanted to have Nasutoceratops in the park, and obviously with horns like that, you know, bison seem to fit. Really love these guys. This park was built before homalocephaly. I should warn you, so don't expect to see those cute little guys here. I don't really know what we did to deserve the homalocephaly, but I'm glad Frontier gave it to us, blessed our lives with it. Over here, we have Nodosaurus. Let's speed it up. And the Nodosaurus are, ooh, that's too close. He's not ready for his close-up. She. The Nodosaurus is our armadillo, because come on. Tell me that doesn't look like an armadillo. That's an armadillo. Bless you. Moving on. Jumping over the rocks. Ugh! Yeah, and we're back out. Phew, saved ourselves. This is actually probably the biggest open space in the park. You know, I usually go balls to the walls with my paths design and creating really huge squares that, you know, when you look down on it, have some interesting design or whatever. I didn't build the park, this park, with that mindset, because, you know, zoos aren't built with that mindset. You know, they don't base park layout on how it's going to look when someone flies over it with a helicopter, because not a lot of people do that. So it's a little more subdued in design, but I actually really like it, and I'm gonna be implementing that a lot more, you know, whenever I can contain myself when it comes to path design. Moving back here, I think this might be the only hotel in the park, so it's horribly overcrowded. I think that's also the thing keeping the park from getting a 5-star rating. Apologies for the camera work, it's not my best. Maybe the mouse is also low on batteries. Something snapping at us. Oh, it's a sleepy Acrocanthosaurus. Hello, big boy. And his friend doing a little tap dance over there. The Acrocanthosaurus is the Grizzly Bear. Oh no, it kind of works, right? I mean, it's thick, it's brown. It actually looks kind of cute, but it could maul you to death. That's a bear, right? That's a grizzly bear. Just go with it. Hopping back over the fence. So what we have here is... oh, it sounded like one of them just dropped dead. They can't. They live unlimited lives. Lives in this park. Anyway, this is as close as we can get to an elevated pathway by literally just raising... Shush. By raising the terrain. Really, Frontier, it would be so great if you could add bridges, elevated walkways, you know, something like that. You've been doing so great. We love you so much. Just please give us bridges, please. It's probably at the top of my wish list right now. So here we have a basic Carnotaurus, and they're just red bulls. I don't really think bulls are a part of most zoos because they're kind of normal, I guess. But I couldn't resist. Had to have Carnotaurus as a big red bull. Alright, so we're moving on. There's nothing else back there. That's the little appendix of the Nublar map where I always stick my creation lab and ACU center. And we're back by the river. And we're gonna move over to the Innovation Center. In the original park that I was going to recreate, there was a really big building at the center of it. I don't really know what type of building it was, but it was one of those enclosures. That makes sense. Enclosed enclosures. You know, something with a biome that our climate can't naturally sustain, and the animals would be very unhappy in the cold, drizzly weather we have here. But the Innovation Center is the biggest building we have in-game, so I just drop that down here. To the left of it, we have a Ceratosaurus just coming over the hill, and the Ceratosaurus with the jungle skin is our tiger. Let's go with Bengal tiger. It's a Bengal tiger. Indeed. Oh. Gorgeous. Okay, so that's our tiger. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright. And now we're going to move over to the exhibit that I started with. You know, naively and bravely started to recreate the actual zoo. Only to realize that it was pretty difficult to recreate an actual place with the tools we have in the game. And I just figured that's really difficult, but this also looks really cool, so let's just take this idea and run with it and pretty much just do what I want, because I am an infant. I am an old infant. That's basically what I am. So we have this really big exhibit, which was a very promising start to my zoo recreation. It just didn't pan out the way I wanted. But that's life for you. And we have baryonyx walking around. And they are, of course, alligators. Because they look like alligators. I mean, come on. Or crocodiles. They could be either. They can be whatever they want to be. I don't judge. I just want to get out of there before they roar me to death. Okay, so we're moving along. We saw the crocodile / alligator hybrids walking on 2 feet. Oh, cross through the grass. I'm such a rebel. So here we have Suchomimus. Can you guess what they are? They were a recently announced addition to Planet Zoo. One that I'm pretty excited about. They are gharials. Makes sense, right? makes sense. Again, pretty proud of myself for thinking of that one. Just a bit of weed over here. As in weeds, not weed as in let's get high. Before I move on, I should just try to give you an idea of where we are. Don't worry, I am going to give you a nice overview of the park when we're done, so you know where everyone and everything is. But for now, you know, that's where the reptile house is, and behind this big old thing is the Savanna. Wow, dinosaurs are loud. Jesus. So, what do we have in here? In absence of that aquatic DLC that we all wanted, but it's not gonna happen. Let it go, let it go, let it go. This is our shark tank. And what we have in here is a great white shark. Let's see if we can spot him. Where's our great white? Where are you? Is he beached somewhere? Is he even still in here? He's supposed to be, right? I'm pretty sure I have escapes turned off. Siri, leave me alone! No, I don't want to calculate anything. He just made a note. I hate you not anything. That's literally the note he made. Okay. We're on the hunt for a great white shark, and apparently what you do is you go into the trees when you're hunting for a shark. Ooh. Ooh. No, that's a tree. Got all excited about a tree. Where's my shark? Sharky! Here, shark boy. Or shark girl, or shark non-binary being. Seriously! There you go. I was worried I had misplaced my great white, but here he is. Ooh. Alright. Sure, walk all over me. Why don't you? Obviously, that's the Spinosaurus. You know, it has a fin. Just go with it. So this is kind of our aquatic area in the park. Because what we have over here is Crichtonsaurus, which I rarely use in any of my parks, but they were a great fit here. They are, what are we gonna go with? We're gonna go with tortoises. They're tortoises. They're not turtles, they're tortoises. So, you know, they mark the end of the aquatic section. That's basically what I'm going with. Tortoises. Crichtonsaurus, of course. So yeah, here we are, back at the Savanna. Am I missing something? I feel like I might be missing something. Am I done? Am I done? Let's take to the sky. Oh, no, that's slow. Let's speed it up. Okay, so we have this section back here, which we visited. Yeah, so we have our elephants, hippos, the Savanna with all kinds of stuff in there. We have our great white shark. He's in the water. He's fine. He's making a quick recovery. Down below, we have our Crichtonsaurus, which are our tortoises, I decided. We have the baryonyx, our alligators. The suchomimus are gharials. The tiger. Oh, we didn't visit the Kentrosaurus, and I even based my my intro on them. So yeah, here are the Kentrosaurus. And did you guess what they are? Did you comment what they are? I'm gonna check. Did you comment? I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds. Just look at them. Take it all in. Take it all in. What are they? Alright, did you finish writing? They are porcupines! I'm sorry. I got way too excited at my own idea. I just felt, yeah, I really wanted to add a Kentrosaurus to the park. That's kind of what happened. And then I needed a justification for adding them, and I was like, you know, they're spiky boys. Or spiky girls. They can be porcupines. I thought that was kind of funny. And we have another elevated, quote unquote, path to look at the exhibit on one side and just a bit of decorative nothingness on the other side. So that's the entire tour of the park. I'm just gonna fly into the sky so you can get a nice view. We're also going to look at the map view in a second. But if I'm a good girl and I remembered, I'm gonna show you a picture of the park that it was based on. And the park that it's based on is a zoo in the country where I live, where I've lived all my life, and that's the Netherlands. Yay! Yeah, so I live in the Netherlands. I can barely pronounce the name of my own country. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for naming it that. And the zoo I base it on is called Diergaarde Blijdorp. R/an attempt was made. Failure is what happened. But I kind of like how it turned out anyway. Gonna look at the rating next in the map view. Oh, look at that. We actually are at 5 stars. Good for me. Yeah, so that's really... Oh, is this right? Oh, no, there you go. Well, pretty close, pretty close. Pretty good. Yeah, that's the secret to getting a 5-star rating on any island. Only build viewing attractions when you know you can fit those 3 buildings nearby. Clothes shop, restaurant, arcade. Because really, when people go to an island to see dinosaurs, that's all they care about. They only care about the onesies, the steak, and the arcade games. Because logic. Because we're spoiled rotten. That's what we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know what you thought of this park. And yeah, that's it. Nothing else to say. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, enjoy the game.